Hey guys, hey guys, it's your bro Richard again. Today in this video I'm back with another Fast and Furious car video for y'all. And today in this video I'll be talking to you about the most iconic car throughout the entire franchise. What it was well known for. Well known as. Tonight in this video I'll be talking to y'all about the 1970 Dodge Charger RT. So before I start, make sure you guys all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so that I don't make for any uploads. Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin. So the 1970 Dodge Charger RT from Fast 4 2009. Here we go. So, the 70 Charger RTs, 70 Charger RT so the 70 Charger RT is a major car driven by Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, in the Fast and Furious franchise. Overviews first, let's do it. So, manufacturer was by Chrysler. Come on, give me a break for that. The make was obviously Dodge. So make was obviously Dodge. Whew. Thankfully, the model's a Charger RT. Production years from 1970. Model status was discontinued, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. Body and chassis next. The class was a pony car. Paint color was black. So paint color was black. Character info is next. The drivers are both Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor, both played by Vin Diesel and God rest his soul, may rest in peace. Paul Walker, so Paul Walker. The uses for racing and, well, not really racing, but like pursuit and all that kind of stuff, and standard driving, and like breaking Dom out of a prison transport bus. Status was destroyed but rebuilt. So destroyed but rebuilt. Then the films is obviously Fast 4 2009. Similar cars to that was the same Charger RT but from 1968, known as the Maximus Charger, with over 2,000 horsepower from Furious 7 2015. Okay, so the 70 Charger RT is a major car driven by Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, in the Fast and Furious franchise. Next up, history. So Fast 4 2009. So prior to finding him in the Dominic prior to finding him prior to finding him in the Dominican Republic, Dom's then girlfriend, so girlfriend, so Dom's then girlfriend, Lady Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez, refused to let the LAPD, so the LAPD dispose of the car. Instead, she began working on the charger herself. She left the charger incomplete at some point she left the charger incomplete, so like not done yet, at some point and traveled to Baja, Mexico. It's like the Baja Peninsula and whatnot, um, which eventually led her to the Dominican Republic and Dom. Following her return to the US, when Dom, played by Vin Diesel, left for Panama, Panama City, Letty presumably started working on the charger until she was recruited by Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker, may rest in peace, to go undercover to discover the identity of Arturo Braga. Also, Arturo Braga, played by John Ortiz, and was presumably later killed by Phoenix Calderon, played by Laz Alonso. When Dom returned to LA, played by Vin Diesel, Mia, played by Jordana Brewster, explained that Letty had been working on the partially restored charger before her death. After mourning over her passing or demise. That sounds a bit vague for me. Dom finishes rebuilding the car in Letty's stead. When they go to capture Arturo Braga, Dom drives the Charger to Mexico. He uses it to drive behind Brian's new 2009 Subaru Impreza WRX STI-GH, and they both head towards the tunnel that leads to the US. At one point, Dom's headed down one of the tunnels, what leads to Mexico pretty much, and then back to the US. At one point, Dom heads down one of the tunnels with explosives at the end, unable to leave the tunnel as a Camaro RS Z28 F-bombs blocking him. Dom jumps out of the Charger. So Dom jumps out of the Charger and into the Camaro. So he jumps out of the Charger and into the Camaro, leaving the Charger to drive headfirst into explosives. So into explosives. Towards the end of the film, the Charger's revealed again in mint condition, with Brian, played by Paul Walker, behind the wheel. May rest in peace. Because he pretty much rebuilt the Charger when Dom was in its Lompoc prison. Well, before that, he basically he fixed up the Charger pretty much. So towards the end of the film, the Charger is revealed again in mint condition, with Brian behind the wheel as him, Mia, Tego Leo, played by Tego Calderon. And Rico Santos, played by Don Omar, legend himself, proceed to rescue Dom off of the bus. So Rico Santos played by Don Omar himself, the singer. Enrico Santos proceeds to rescue Dom off of a bus en route to Lompoc Prison in Lompoc, California. What was known as the Lompoc, but as Lompoc Maximum Security Prison System. Alright, next specifications. For Fast 4 and subsequently Fast 5, Picture Car Coordinator Dennis McCarthy and his Picture Car Coordinator Dennis McCarthy and his production team, Vehicle Effects, worked to construct a 70 Charger RT that differed from the original, from the first movie. 6 were built to perform all the stunts in the film. However, because of the frequency of chargers used in action films, the rarity of Gen 2 chargers made them difficult to procure in mint condition. Dennis and his production team purchased the chargers in terrible condition and worked to have them ready for the film. Of the 6 used in the film, excuse me. Of the six, um, of the 6 used in the film, so of the 6 used in the film, so of the 6 used in the film, one was constructed with a blown 528 Hemi V8 motor. So with a blown 528 Hemi V8, three others used Chevy LS3 GM crate motors for simplifications. Another charger was merely created for close-up shots with the actors on. So another charger is merely created for up-close shots with the actors on stage and green screen effect shots for post-production work. Visible changes to the charger's appearance from the first film included the lower supercharger. Instead of sitting atop of the hood of the car, the supercharger sits in a hole in the hood, and more contemporarily, large diameter wheels and tires are added for better traction. While one charger was blown up and another crashed, 4 have both been survived and are stored away. Okay, next is trivia. So pretty much, I think I've explained this before from the first one. I'm not so sure, but I'll explain it if you forgot. So Roman Pierce's phone identifies Dom by showing an image of his charger when he rings. So Roman, played by Tyrese Gibson, Dom, played by Vin Diesel. Vin has deep respect for the car, kissing it at the Furious 7 trailer debut, while Brian repairs the charger to save Dom from the prison bus at the end of the 4th movie. The charger's rear plate now reads 3DHI832. I apologize, I don't really talk about number plates that often in videos. The same plate Brian had on his Skyline earlier in the movie. The charger's supercharger blower in the first movie was completely fake. Picture Car Coordinator Dennis McCarthy and his team built a mold of the charger to make it easier to build new chargers in the future. The damaged charger from the first movie was later used for the junkyard scene in the 2005 Disney movie Herbie Fully Loaded. So 2005 Disney movie Herbie Fully, so 2005 Disney movie Herbie Fully Loaded, albeit with a different hood, without the supercharger blower, and a race car appearance. Maggie Payton, played by Lindsay Lohan, enters the car and plays with it as if she was racing in it, until she changes her mind before her attention turns to the Beetle, aka Herbie. Last one on there. As of 2020, so 5 years ago, the original Hero Charger from the first movies was a private owner, private collector in Europe. I'll give you a hint. It's in the Netherlands, and he owns many of the other cars from the movies, such as the Eclipse, Supra, and the S2000 from the second movie. So both the Eclipse and Supra from the first movie, and the S2000 from the second movie, and the Supra belonged to technical advisor for the first two movies, Craig Lieberman, because he was the one who built the Supra until he sold it to a guy in the Netherlands, and it's still there, safe condition. Or the rest of the Supras, their use of stunts, one of which was sold for $550,000, which is a lot of money. Say, as of 2020, the original Hero Charger from the first movies was a private owner, collector in Europe. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing. I didn't do one part. The motor. Name of it, well, like 528. 528. What was that in liters? For like the engine. Like engine size. Like the capacity, pretty much. My god, Lord, these quizzes every time. Saying, not a robot, honestly. Like, every time I try to search something, it goes up with these quizzes. Like, what? Unbelievable. So it's 8.6 liters. That's bigger than the Viper V10. Damn. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Charger. So if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell, and hit all so you'll know when I make brand new uploads. Okay, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So yeah, take care, folks. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.